Hey, it's Tree, just popping in to talk about the new adventure. So, my new adventure is, as the title brings out, it's my beginning of Ozempic. So, basically, it got to the point where I was able to get my numbers down with the keto to carnivore way that I was eating, but um, I just was struggling to keep at it. And then I was yo yoing with the weight and then yo yoing with my A1C. Um, and I'm getting older. So this is not a good thing. I uh, decided to talk with my doctor about trying something more because I am taking metformin. Um, and we came to the conclusion of trying Ozempic. So, of course, it's been all over the news. But I am taking it for the actual reason that's supposed to be taken, which is for the diabetes. Um, I took my first shot last night. It was a 0.25. Um, Now, my doctor had originally had my prescription set for 0.50. I am a scaredy cat. I am terrified of new medications, and I had read so many things about the side effects, and I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to respond, and if I'm going to have a severe allergic reaction or just bad side effects. I wasn't really sure, so I thought I'm just going to go ahead and take the smaller dose. So that's what I did. I took the 0.25 and I had to convince myself to do it because I was like, I have no problems with the glucose meter to prick my finger, but the pen that you use for that, you don't actually see the needle going in. It's just, it's hidden inside the little cap thing. The only time you see the needle is when you're, putting it in the machine and taking that little plastic tip off. But when you're actually, injecting the needle and you don't have to watch it. And so I'm okay with that. I can handle it. It's not a big deal. But having to see the needle, that was a bigger deal for me. So it took me a little while to convince myself to do it, but I did do it. I chose the thigh. Again, now this is anecdotal, but a lot of people say that they have less side effects when injecting in the thigh versus the abdomen. So I thought, okay, let's take that route, the safer route for now. So that's what I did. I injected it into my thigh. Um, so when you put it in, you do have to hold the injection button down. They say to count to 10 or 6, but I counted to 10 because I wanted to make sure it all got in there. And when I got a couple numbers in, I did notice a very, very small pinch feeling. It felt like a little bit like a pinch, but it didn't hurt. Like the needle going in didn't hurt. I was like, I couldn't even really tell that I had put the needle in. But like I said, a couple seconds into the injection being put in, I could feel it, and it felt like just like almost like a mosquito bite. So it was not painful, but it was just a twinge. That's the best way to describe it. Um, and after that, I think because I had hyped myself up, which I was trying not to, but it's hard to do when when you deal with anxiety. Yeah. Um, but I did have my heart was racing, but I genuinely think that was more because of just my own anxiety, not the shot itself. I did have an immediate, just the tiniest bit of metallic taste in my mouth, but it didn't last very long and went away pretty quickly. I also it felt like I was trying to get a headache, but it never actually became a headache. But again, I'm not 100% sure if it was the injection or because right now where I live, the tree pollen is heavy and I have tree pollen allergies. Yes, the humor. So anyway, so far today, so of course, obviously this is the next day. I really haven't noticed anything. I had breakfast. I had a, my usual is black beans with scrambled eggs and a little bit of green salsa, and I just eat it out of a bowl because that's my favorite. I just love it. Because I am not doing keto currently, just FYI. I was doing all that, but now I'm very loose paleo, whole foods kind of. I still stay away from grains because I do not do well with a lot of the grains. If I do have anything, it does have to be gluten free, but even that's a lot of carbs. So even though like it doesn't bother me like glutinous wheat does, but it does bother the you know sugars because it is a high carb food. But I do try not to eat too much of that. But I had been experimenting to see how I would feel since I had been doing mostly keto to carnivore for years now. Um, and so there's a lot of foods that I hadn't been eating, and so I wanted to kind of, try them out to see how I felt. And I do fine with black beans, but not pinto. So there you go. But anyway, back to my breakfast. That was what I had for breakfast was some black beans, eggs, and green salsa. And then my family was in town, so we all went and had some lunch together over at a Thai fusion place, a Thai Japanese English fusion place. Very good food. And then I had some curry, and it did come with rice, but I ate probably about 3 spoonfuls of rice because I tried still, I allow myself when I'm in a celebration kind of because it was a celebration for me because it's been a while since I see my siblings. But so I will allow myself a little bit of flexibility, but I try not to go overboard. So I did have the Penang curry, and then I had a little bit of rice, and I got full very quickly. Now I don't know if it's because I had a late breakfast. That could have been it. So again, it's like just one, not even a full day later, and it's hard to say what really is symptoms or reactions or anything at this particular point, but I'm very glad that I haven't had any nausea or vomiting, or I may have had like a moment of nauseous feeling, but it wasn't even a full-fledged. It was just like, again, like the headache where it was just sort of trying to start but didn't really happen. So I don't know. I'm very cautiously hopeful. I would like to get my A1C in order. And if I have some weight loss, very good. It is a hope. I don't have any plans on becoming runway model because that's not going to happen. But I would like to be more normal and functional. These are my goals. I'm a very easy girl to please. I don't need a lot, being just a normal size and functional. That's all I'm asking. Anyway, that's all I have. I will try to post a video next week to see how I do through the week. I'll try to keep track of what I'm eating too, because I know people, I enjoy hearing that from other people, like what sort of things are they eating? Um, so that's something that I will try to keep track of. So it's good for me anyway to keep track of these things. All right, well, that's all. I know it's been a while. That seems to be my usual, unfortunately. But here I am, and here's my story. And I hope that you all are having a lovely day. Bye.